Hello guys, thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and also help students who are preparing for CFA and FRM exam and also SCR exam. Today we have with us Omkar, who has been able to clear the SCR exam in October 2023, and he's going to be talking about his journey of preparing for the exam and what are the challenges that he faced and how he was able to manage it. So first of all, Omkar, thank you very much for joining in. If you can give a brief to the audience, what were you doing before starting the SCR, and also what was the intention of doing the course?
So, hi guys, my name is Omkar Rane, and I appeared my exam in October and I cleared it. My motivation for the going for the exam was my master's degree. I'm planning to do masters in climate change management. So I wanted a base understanding of all the policies that are happening right now and what changes are happening in terms of mitigation or any strategies or any base knowledge I needed. So I think this course provided me more than that, and that's why I decided to pursue this SCR course.
Okay. And your graduation was into which stream?
I've done bachelor's in management studies, and my specialization was in marketing. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And when did you started your preparation? Which month? And did you started immediately with Fintelligent or there was a gap?
I started my preparation in June, and I think I started my classes in July 31st, July end, before August.
Okay. And then what was the approach that you were following in terms of how much time you were giving daily basis?
So I was not working, so I had a lot of free time. So I was preparing the whole day. Like I used to study for at least 4 to 6 hours every day. And this is mainly because I've never given a competitive exam. And this was my first competitive exam. So that's why I was worried. So I was studying even more than you might actually require. So that's why I think sufficient amount of studying would be 4 hours every day. But I was studying for like 6 hours.
Okay, got it.
And
Yeah. And the way you were preparing, so you were watching the video and reading the textbook. So how was it happening? The approach.
So what before Fintelligence, I was just reading the book and I was not quite understanding. But when I got the videos, I started looking like I used to watch the whole videos and then read the book. So if I don't understand any particular thing from the book, then I used to go back to the video, watch that particular thing, come back to the video. Sorry, come back to the textbook, read it, and then that's how I prepared.
Okay. With respect to the question solving, so you were doing it along with the videos, or did you completed everything first and then you went for the question bank?
There are like chapter wise question banks as well. So first what I did, first I used to read the book, then I watched the videos, then what I learned from the book, then I like what I learned from the videos, and I used to match it with the book, like which some parts which I didn't understand. Once everything was done, this process was done, then I used to solve one question, like one question bank. Like there are four question banks for each chapter. So I used to watch one, and then I used to try to improve my score every time. So I used to repeat the process. So let's say if I out of 20, if I get 15, I used to aim for 17, and I used to repeat the same process again, and then I used to get 17, same process again, and I used to check where I'm going wrong. There are explanations for what the like reasons the answer is correct. So
Right.
in terms of that, that's how I prepare.
Okay, wonderful. And by when you had completed all the question solving, which month or which date?
Uh, I think I was done with all question banks, including mock test, uh, like 1 week before my exam.
Okay. And did you solve mock papers also?
Yes, I did solve mock papers, and I used to solve like I used to repeat the same process for every chapter every day, and then on Sundays I used to solve the paper. Again, I used to do it like I solved. I think I solved around four mock tests, and I used to repeat the same process every week, and then every Sunday I used to appear for one mock test.
Okay. And what was the average score you were getting in those mock papers?
In mock test I was scoring around 56, 57 out of 80, And I started with 51, and then 56, 57, uh, 58 was my highest in mock tests.
And did you solve GARP sample paper also in that mock?
Yes, I got 56 in that mock paper.
Okay. So when you were going for the exam, what was the confidence level?
Uh, I was honestly trembling with fear, but I was confident that I have learned and understood all the concepts that are there, and I know what the topic is about. So I was confident that even if I don't know the answer, I can pick out the wrong answer. So I know which one might be correct. So I think in my exam also many questions that I was writing, like I was picking out answer. I was like, ये इधर fit नहीं हो रहा है. This is not possible here. This is not in relation with this. This might be the answer. So I was like doing that, and that actually I saw in your videos that how you were decoding every answer, checking if this could fit. And I think that's more important because all answers almost seem correct.
Okay. So basically option elimination
Yeah.
technique to get the good out of the exam. And when you went to the exam, how was the first half an hour?
First half an hour was very slow. Like I was taking around 2 to 3 minutes per question, and there's not a lot of time. So there were 80 questions. So at first I was taking my time. First, I think 20 questions I spent a lot of time. Like I spent around 45 minutes there only. And later I started picking up the pace. Then I started like trusting my own instinct. Okay, this might be right. Then I was like, then I
Okay.
started my own like picking up the pace, and then I think I was solving. Was taking around 1.5 minutes for per question because I didn't have a lot of time. Normally, there's 2 minutes for per question if you do the math,
Yeah.
but I did.
So basically you initially you were over analyzing the question. You were
Yeah,
not confident on your own analyzing. Okay. And then overall, how many theory and how many calculation questions were there?
theory. Most of them were theory and application based questions.
Mhm.
Uh, Calculation based were very less. I think only two at best.
So how was the difficulty level of the overall exam?
The difficulty level, according to me, is if I had to rate it on the scale of 1 to 10, it is 7.
Okay.
So that's it's not it's pretty tricky. I would say it's not difficult. If you've studied enough, then it's more like you can clear it.
Okay. And when you go forward, so basically, when you came out of the exam, so what was the confidence level with respect to the result, or what was the number in your mind that okay, I'll get this much correct?
I was like based on the mock test that I had given, I was hoping to get 56, 57, but then it is a competitive based exam, so depends the passing mark depends on what others have how others have performed. So I was scared in relation to that matter because like what if I have underperformed and like and many students were saying the exam was easy, they found it very easy, and I was like, okay, let's see, like, I don't know.
Okay.
I according to me I performed pretty well, but then you never know how others have performed and how the exam went for them.
So which chapter in your entire preparation was difficult for you?
Chapter number 7, I think, was the tricky one because there were a lot of concepts in it, and I had to read it thoroughly in order to understand them. Remembering them was not an issue, but understanding them was quite tricky, I feel.
Okay. Okay. Now, if I ask you, you have cleared the exam now. So, what has been the reaction of people around you with respect to the exam result?
Uh, Not many people knew, but my father is very proud of me. And many individuals who work with my father, so if I meet them, they're like, they ask me, Ki, you're 21, why are you doing SCR? So like it's for like they all are bankers. So they ask me, Ki, why are you doing SCR? And they actually feel, Ki, oh wow, you cleared it. That's great. We are also planning. So they ask me also sometimes, Ki, how you prepared, what you did, and how many hours you studied. So I spoke to my like my father's friend, and he also is planning to give SCR like in April. So I was
Okay.
helping him with that. He took my book only.
Okay. And then, if I ask you, give me three tips for all the students who are going to prepare for the SCR exam in the future. What would be those three tips?
I think thorough reading is very important, and you have to understand the concept. Even if you don't remember it, that is fine. But if you know from like what the concept is and where it is from, you can decode the answer. That is one, I would say. Second, there are very minute details like the exam focuses on, and like, you have to keep in mind those minute details. And lastly, it's not a calculation based. So like theory, I think, don't like I spent a lot of time trying to by heart things, which is a complete waste of time. So I wouldn't say by heart it, but just read it like thoroughly. Like just explain it to yourself as if you're explaining it to yourself.
Okay, okay, wonderful. So definitely this conversation is going to be very helpful for a lot of students who are going to be preparing for the exam. And because you being very young and then clearing the exam, because a lot of bankers, a lot of other people, senior people are now giving this exam. So this is going to be really motivating for them. So thank you very much for taking out time and talking to us for this entire conversation. Thank you, Omkar.